Hey guys, I'm Shannon Belcher.
And I am Morgan Engel.
We are your hosts for this edition of Blue Jay Journal TV. Coming up on this edition of Blue Jay Journal TV, we will learn about the Make-A-Wish program.
We will meet a WHS alumni who gave the gift of life.
And we will take a look at what it takes to be a substitute teacher.
We have those stories and much more coming up in the next 15 minutes of Blue Jay Journal TV.
And it starts right now.
Wishes. Some are big and some are small. We all have them. But for children facing life-threatening illnesses, one organization works to make sure their wishes come true. Megan Freitag has the story.
Well, I like to play video games, and I like to play cards, Pokemon cards.
It is the simple things that make life enjoyable. But sometimes it's the simple things that we take for granted that can make life almost unbearable, like our health. Nicholas Jensen learned at a young age how important health is.
Nicholas was diagnosed with medulloblastoma brain tumor when he was 3 years old, and about a year into his treatments, they told us about the Make-A-Wish.
Make-A-Wish serves a unique and vital role in helping strengthen and empowering children battling life-threatening medical conditions. Nicholas's wish was to visit every kid's dream place.
I was wanting to go to Disney World, to the funnest place that I heard of.
Terry believes Nicholas's wish changed the outcome of his disease.
I think it was a turning point in his life, that he was very sick at the time. Once we went down there, I'm going to start crying again. He really acted like a kid again.
Nicholas's wish gave him a renewed outlook on life and a motivation to live.
It made me feel better because to get out of the hospital.
It gave him some enjoyment, something to look forward to, not just always hospitals and being sick and not feeling good and people sticking you and poking you and testing constantly. I think it really gave him a new positive reason to live.
After returning home from their trip, Terry noticed a change in Nicholas's attitude.
He blossomed after that. It wasn't like he was sick anymore. He was a real kid again.
I love banana peppers.
Well,
18 years later, Nicholas did something that his mother, Terry, thought would be impossible when he was 4 years old.
I'm Nicholas Jensen, and I'm 22 years old, and I beat cancer.
And having these special organizations that help you along the way to really take advantage of them, and they can really make a difference in your life. And I feel like, too, that's why I kind of decided to be a wish granter.
Because Terry witnessed the power of the Make-A-Wish Foundation firsthand, it motivated her to become a wish granter.
It takes the world to grant these wishes for these kids, so anyone that wants to help out in any small way, anything you can give, it doesn't always have to be monetary or your time, just anything that you can help them with is greatly appreciated.
If you would like to become a wish granter or learn more about the Make-A-Wish Foundation, visit their website at wish.org. For Blue Jay Journal TV, this is Megan Freitag reporting.
And that's all, folks.
Washington High School seems to always have an event going on, from wrestling meets to band festivals. But who works to make sure all these events go smoothly? Cameron Shipley is about to introduce you to him right now.
If you attend a basketball game, band festival, or any other WHS activity, you may wonder how all of these events are put on. The man that works behind the scenes is our activities director, Bill Deckelman.
People don't understand how hard of a job Deckelman has.
He always makes sure that everything's going smoothly and we get everything we need and all the games are set up right.
I mean, the nuts and bolts of it is making sure that all the activities and events you have going on are going to be successful, that you have the things that you need, officials, buses, the other teams aware that what's going on.
Although he has a lot on his plate, Bill Deckelman makes it a point to maintain good relationships with his students.
Oh, Coach Deckelman has a great attitude, not just toward athletes, but to all the other kids around school. I think he really tries to look out for not only his athletes that he's really close with, but also all the other students.
When he sees kids in through the hallway, he'll tell them good job, or hey, just have a small conversation with them and just let them know that he's there and he cares.
If you just walk around the halls and he's just standing there, he says hi. If you say hi to him, he's a nice guy.
Because I consider myself to be in a service business here, even though it's education. I think it's about you know, servicing the parents, the kids, the coaches, or just a student who needs help that has nothing to do with athletics or activities, because that's what we're here for, you know, and it's always helping people grow and trying to make them be successful.
My favorite part about Coach Deckelman is his inspirational speeches, not just to the dance team, but he gives them to everybody else.
I would describe him as encouraging because he's always trying to stay positive and give us advice and always helping us out.
Not only does Bill Deckelman impact students, he feels that they impact him in more ways than one.
Well, I think they make you want to do better all the time. I think that when you see kids and the time that they put in, you don't want to let them down.
Students feel he has impacted the school so much already, but he still continues to improve activities and programs at WHS.
You know, there's still things I'd love to see happen before my time at Washington is done. I'd love to see a baseball field on campus, baseball, softball. That to me would be the one thing that I think is reasonably obtainable.
Everything he's done for all the athletics at Washington and all the activities shows that he really cares about Washington and he's really passionate about this school.
I just want to be somebody who they always said, you know what, he was at least giving you the best thing he had every day. You know, and if it was good enough, I hope so. If it wasn't, I'm still trying. You know, and 10 years into the job, you're like, I'm learning stuff new every single day. You know, you'll never know it all.
For Blue Jay Journal TV, I am Cameron Shipley reporting.
We want to remind you to visit us online at www.bluejayjournal.com.
And while you're at it, follow us on Twitter at Blue Jay Journal and like us on Facebook at Blue Jay Journal TV.
Answer your phone, come on! Are you there? Where are you? Text me back! Call me back, please, anything! Answer me! Hello?
So what did you give people for Christmas? Socks, sweaters, gift cards, all those gifts are great. But one WHS alumni gave the best Christmas gift of all, life. Here's the story.
When you think of cancer, what do you think of? Chemo, hair loss, pain, constant sickness, and even death. But have you ever thought about what you could do to help someone with the disease? One Washington High School graduate went the distance to do what he could to help save someone's life.
My freshman year of college at Mizzou, there was a homecoming blood drive, and while I was giving blood, somebody was coming around with a Q-tip asking if you wanted to be in the bone marrow registry, so I was like, sure. All they had to do was just swipe the inside of your mouth.
With only a 30% chance to be a complete bone marrow transplant match, Cody was not expecting to get a call.
I honestly kind of forgot about it up until the first call. You know, it was about a year between the time that I got swabbed and got contacted.
Like most operations, there were some risks. After doing their research, Cody's family was worried.
It made me pretty concerned that, wow, this is wonderful that he can save someone, but you're putting yourself at somewhat of a risk from what I read on the internet. You know, some complications could arise. You could end up in like a lot of pain afterwards.
The whole process is entirely confidential. However, Cody is hoping for updates.
6 months after the donation, we can exchange anonymous letters, and a year after the donation, if we both agree, we can meet and, you know, do all that.
Cody says that through it all, he had one major motivator.
I mean, his life depended on me donating. I mean, I had an option to back out at the very last minute, but if I did, that would have meant that he's dead.
Despite any possible risks, Cody thinks it is a great idea for people to be put in the registry.
The more people in the bank, the more possibility that we could save lives.
If you are interested in more information on donating bone marrow, you can go to www.deletebloodcancer.org or www.marrowdrives.org. For Blue Jay Journal TV, this is Maddie Imey reporting.
We all know that feeling when we walk into a classroom and realize that our teacher is out for the day, and in their place sits someone we don't know so well. But who fills our teachers' shoes while they're gone? Isaac Lippert decided it was time to find out.
I think you have to have an open heart, an open mind. You have to, just have faith in, the kids.
Like most of the kids, and it's a change of pace from my normal full-time job.
The best part about subbing is by far seeing all the kids and working with the kids.
And then pull it the rest.
Substitute teaching isn't the job for everyone, but some people love it. To be a substitute teacher, it takes effort as well as unique personality traits. Flexibility to go into different situations, you gotta like the kids and being around kids.
Patience and just, listening to the kids and not being flustered by different situations, different classrooms.
Aside from patience and enjoying the kids, substituting has some downfalls.
The fact that I'm not involved in, even though I'm here all the time, I'm not involved in all the other activities.
The most difficult thing is sometimes not knowing my schedule, not knowing which school I'm going to be at on what particular day.
Despite the unpredictable schedule, most subs enjoy what they do. Ann Meyer finds it rewarding.
I have a lot of experience working with kids with special needs. Special education staff knows that they can count on me, and I can be there to work with the kids and understand kind of what they need.
Can you get the needle?
Not only is Ann Meyer a special education substitute, but her family is all in the same building.
I have all 3 of my kids at the high school this year. I particularly enjoy seeing all my kids and all of their friends. When I started to substitute, I asked my son Joe if he had advice for a substitute, and his response was for me not to try and teach, just to follow the sub-plans, tell the kids what they need to do.
Playing with me.
So the next time you walk into the classroom and see your teacher is gone for the day, remember our substitutes care for us and love their jobs. For Blue Jay Journal TV, I'm Isaac Lippert.
Step inside Washington High School and you can't help but see them. They are everywhere. Cell phones. But why do we carry them, and are they beneficial to our learning? Natasha Fender has the story.
In my hand is a cell phone. Various studies show that the majority of American high school students have one. In order to use the phones that so many students already have, schools like Washington High School have adopted the Bring Your Own Device program, BYOD for short. The program encourages students to use their phones for educational purposes.
BYOD is great because it gives people a chance to learn from other devices besides for pencil and paper.
I see positives and I see negatives. Negatives as in not paying attention.
Like, if we're playing Kahoot or something, somebody will be on Facebook or looking on Twitter.
Yep, all those are right. It was
not doing what they're supposed to be.
I feel like it has blown up in our face a lot because students, they use it for Snapchat and Facebook and stuff more than for educational purposes.
I like Bring Your Own Device, and I dislike it in some ways. I dislike it because a lot of students will only bring their cell phone, and they tend to do more personal things on their cell phone than what they're supposed to be doing, and so it just adds another layer of trying to keep students on task and not be distracted.
Distraction is the #1 complaint students and teachers have about the BYOD program. But Julie Weindel views this as a life lesson, something that people of all ages need to learn in this technology-driven world.
I actually think it's a lesson that everyone needs to learn, a lot of adults included, that when you are working with someone one-on-one, or you're at work, or you're just having a conversation over dinner, that's not the time and the place to use your cell phone, and it's just a matter of teaching students and everyone, really myself included, that there's a time to use your cell phone and there's a time not to.
However, sophomore Courtney Wheeler thinks the solution to the distraction is in the hands of the teachers.
The teachers need to take action on it, and they need to take the phones away and have more of a consequence for the kids' actions, because the phones really aren't being used for what they're supposed to be used for. They're being used for Snapchat and Instagram, and they're not really being used for educational purposes like they should be.
As more and more schools like Washington High School embrace personal devices in the classroom, in the end, it's up to the students to learn the age-old lesson of, there is a time and place for everything. While socializing is fun and games, it can be a huge distraction from learning. I am Natasha Fender, reporting.
We've reached the end of this episode of Blue Jay Journal TV.
Shannon and I thank you for joining us and hope we will again soon.
Have a great day!